The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Central Kentucky high school basketball starts now. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College.
Welcome to Rupp Arena at Central Bank Center in Lexington, site of the 2025 Sweet 16. It's the girls' tournament this week. I'm Chris LaBar alongside former UK Wildcat Sean Woods. Home sweet home for you, Sean.
Always feels good walking inside this building, Chris. Got a lot of sweet memories, and like I told you, I had to look up there to see if I'm still hanging. I'm still hanging, Chris, so everything's all good.
The banner is still up there. We've confirmed. So this is Game 4 today. It's the perhaps the most compelling opening round matchup. Simon Kenton and Frederick Douglass. I think this one could go either way.
No doubt about it. Both teams are high-powered. Both teams like to score a bunch of points. Both teams like to play fast. I just think, Douglas has to continue to do what they've been doing thus far with their defense and also making layups and free throws.
We've seen the Broncos all season long, champions from the 11th region. They're 25-7, and this is a group, they were dealt a blow about 6-8 weeks ago. They lost Kate Baker. She led them and made threes at 75 threes made this year, but without her, they've fine-tuned a few things, and you could argue, Sean, they're better than what they were.
Well, they're quicker, especially at the wing spot. When they implemented Peyton Oakley, she gave him more athleticism, more quickness from a defensive standpoint that can cause more havoc. And also with Reagan Grigona, she's kind of taken the place of Kate Baker as far as shooting the three. So she's been replaced, but she's still definitely missed just from her presence being out there on the basketball court.
Broncos advance to this tournament for the second time in 4 seasons as they again represent the 11th region. Ousted Madison Central, who was heavily favored throughout much of the season in the 11th, beat them 68-41, and that game was never contested.
No doubt about it. DJ Mobley had his team really prepared and ready to make no way, shape, form, or fashion that they weren't going to get to the Sweet 16.
Simon Kenton 26-4 out of the 8th region in Northern Kentucky, and you'll hear from their head coach Jeff Stowers in just a few moments. They're a young team, Sean, but they have a lot of experience.
Yes, they do. They've been here before, Chris, and they're coached by a veteran. The 21 seasons here at Simon Kenton and Jeff Stowers. He's been there, done that, and he's always prepared. You know that, and you're in a dogfight when you're playing one of his teams.
Jeff succeeding his son Brendan, who is now on Darren Horn's staff at Northern Kentucky. So this is Jeff Stowers' second stint in the lead share at Simon Kenton. This team sophomore and junior dominated, and they're here for the second time in 3 years.
No doubt about it. Kind of same type of breakdown. Douglas doesn't have a senior on the roster, period, now that Kate Baker's gone. So,
right.
It's going to be contrasting styles, 2 young teams, the 2 young talented team in the state. They get to go at it at one another. Unfortunately, one has to advance and the other one has to go home.
The winner will get Taylor County, who defeated Knott County Central earlier this afternoon, 53-35. That quarterfinal matchup will be on Friday at 1:30 Eastern. We'll step aside. We'll introduce you, at least to the Lexington crowd, to head coach Jeff Stowers. There's not much he has not accomplished as head coach of Simon Kenton, and you'll meet him next. You're listening to the 2025 Girls Sweet 16 on Glycod.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Mathnasium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Mathnasium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Mathnasium, we're changing lives through math.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media.
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
With fast signs, create striking custom visuals that inspire pride district-wide. Fast signs, make your statement.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Coach Jeff Stowers, talk about your team this year.
We have a veteran team, and our veterans consist of juniors. The bottom end of our rotation is what we call our beanie babies, 7th and 8th graders. Our juniors went to state as freshmen and didn't get the job done last year, so they were really up for the task this year.
Coach, you played a really tough slate of games in the regular season and tournament schedules. Can you talk about how that's kind of helped prepare you going into a tournament like this?
Well, we've never ducked anybody. You can't get to where you want to go if you play somebody that's at your level or below your level. Compound that with the fact that we have some teams that just won't play us. But we've always thought that we're going to challenge these girls. Win, lose, or draw, we're going to challenge them. You're going to see what's out there. Compare yourself to that. Either you get better or you get left behind.
Coach, just wondered your win over Sacred Heart. Not only what did that do for your program, but maybe what do you think maybe just kind of did for basketball in general in the state, showing that, hey, maybe it's not a given Sacred Heart's going to win the state tournament again?
It's just another game on our schedule. And that's why we scheduled them. Like I said, we like to play the best. We like to see where we're at. You know, it's an easy game when you're making shots. And I think we made 12 threes that night. We defended well, and we always go into the game with one of the keys is we have to get at least 3 charges. And with their star, she had 2 offensive fouls on charges, and she fouled out the last part of the game. That was key for us because we knew where the ball was going to go late in the game. And she kind of took over late in the game, and she wasn't there in the end. So that helped us out a lot.
When you look at your stat lines, on any given night, you've got a player or a handful of players that, you know, can go for double digits and be your leading scorer. How much confidence does that give the other girls to play a little bit more freely, or to know that, you know, if they're having a down night, that somebody else is able to step up for them?
Oh, they all know that. You know, if a certain person doesn't carry the load, somebody else knows they can step up. We look at, if we can get 3 girls in double figures, there's a good chance that we're going to win a ball game. Because by God, we're going to guard you on the other end. You're either going to guard or you're going to sit. So you determine how much you want to play.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
You've got a lot of places to be. At Cartown Kia, we want to know, where can we take you?
Go for savings in the new 2025 Kia Telluride. Just $399 down and $399 a month. Or a 2025 Kia Sorento. Just $289 down and $289 a month. Or the hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $199 down and $199 a month.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Wherever you're going, start here at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and iGive rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
I love Head Start.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teachers, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Tonight's broadcast is authorized by the Kentucky High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, video, and audio without the express written permission of the KHSAA is prohibited. And Sean, hearing Coach Stowers describe the journey thus far, I mean, yeah, that was a great win versus Sacred Heart, but clearly they have larger aspirations in mind.
No doubt about it. Sacred Heart was just a foe in their way, and that's the way he presented it. And you know, we're thinking Sacred Heart's the juggernaut of the state right now, and he was looking at them like they were just a foe in their way, and he treated them exactly like he said.
Well, barring a state championship, whatever happens this week, thus far, the biggest win on any calendar this year in the high school basketball season was that win because it broke the Valkyries' 82-game winning streak against Kentucky competition.
No doubt about it, and it was a huge win, too. You know, that was one game we wish we could have just sit there and watched because, you know, they really handled Douglas pretty good at Douglas when we had that game about a month or so ago, and I didn't think no one can handle them because of, you know, they handled Douglas's pressure, did everything they wanted to do, and they have a young lady that's going to LSU that's really, really good. So I thought they were the team to beat, just like everyone else.
Top Pioneer point producers, as you see on the screen, Brinley Purnell, dynamic sophomore players, made 74 threes on the year. She leads them at 15 points per game. Haley Webb at 10 points and 7 rebounds. Anna Kelch at 9 and 4. And back to the Sacred Heart game, we don't want to belabor the point, but they only played 5 players in that game, and it went to overtime. This is not an overly deep team.
No, it's not, and that's going to be the question. Can they play with just 5 or 6 young ladies against this pressure that Douglas has and will present against them?
The Broncos, boy, they have pressure. They are quick, and DJ Moberly coaches with a lot of confidence. For our Northern Kentucky listeners, you'll meet him next. He'll chat with our Sean Woods, and that conversation comes up in just a couple of moments. This is the Sweet 16 opening round live on Glycod.
New year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Mathnasium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Mathnasium method develops the critical thinking and problem solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Mathnasium, we're changing lives through math.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational, solid career path.
Rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable. They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Here with Coach DJ Moberly, head women's basketball coach for the Douglas Lady Broncos. Coach, you're back at it. It's been a year or so since you've been down here. What's the difference between the time you came before and today?
Well, I mean, unfortunately, it was a little bad situation. We came here last time, but man, I think this year. We got, it's good to have the experience of those girls that went 2 years ago. So now they didn't let it on to these girls in their locker room. And, they're focused. They're locked in, I think, this time, man. They're focused and locked in. The first time experience was the first rookie round for us.
Well, you thought you were going to be playing Sacred Heart, but you're playing Simon Kenton. What's the difference between the two teams?
Sacred Heart, they got everything that you want, man. They got every piece, man. But Simon Kenton, like I said, man, they're well coached, shoot the ball real well. They play good as a team, man, and they got a good guard over there, man. That's solid, man. Shoots the ball fairly deep, keeps the team in it, man, and they cut well off the ball too.
What are you going to have to do to offset that, especially from an offensive standpoint? Because they're going to probably try to zone you a little bit because they're scared of your speed and quickness.
I just told my girls to be ready for the zone tonight. We just got to be ready to shoot the ball, and I told them, especially crash the boards tonight too. But right now we prepare for the zone, so we hoping to try to get the ball to the middle, try to create some things, havoc for him, and man, that's the game plan right now.
you look ready, and I know your girls look ready, and here they come walking out now, man. Good luck, and hopefully I'll see you after the game.
All right, appreciate it.
My man.
All right.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Tonight's keys to the game are presented by Tech 24. If you're seeking a fresh start to your career, then contact Tech 24 as they offer commercial food service repair company openings in Central Kentucky. Brad Wilson is the contact, 864-549-8344, or visit mytech24.com. Sean, first up, what's most important tonight for Simon Kenton?
I'm telling you what's most important for any team that plays Douglas is they must be able to handle Douglas's pressure. 2, control the backboard. Don't give Douglas an opportunity to create second chance shots. 3, got to beat Douglas to balls. Can't get out-hustled for the basketball. Number 4, got to make shots against this pressure under duress. Now for Douglas, they got to jump out. They got to jump on Simon Kenton early. Keep the foot on the gas. Keep them uncomfortable for the whole duration of the game. Must score and make layups, Chris. Got to dominate the glass. Must dominate the glass to pose their will in them. And then number 5, don't get caught in the moment. You've been here before. You know, you're more confident. You have more experience, especially with Jaylee Knows. So, and it's the second time around for DJ Mobley. So everybody was excited the first time. This time he knows what to expect. And I can really sense a more poised and confident coach coming back into this type of situation.
Both these teams back at the Sweet 16 for the second time in 3 seasons. And for Simon Kenton, this is a team, they are constructed to play solid defense. They only give up 38 points per. And you heard Coach Stowers describe, hey, if we don't play defense, they're going to sit beside me.
Well, they better be worrying about taking care of the basketball too, because Douglas doesn't score that much in the half court. They score the majority of their points in transition and also off of their forced turnovers.
Common opponents, there are two. They are Cooper and Sacred Heart. Douglas lost to the Valkyries by 16, also a dropping to Cooper by 20 with 1-1 for Simon Kenton. They lost to Cooper, and they again defeated Sacred Heart by 5. So two common opponents. Do you draw anything from that prior experience?
I don't, because, who would have thought Simon Kenton would beat Sacred Heart?
Right.
You know what I mean? So, no, I think this is a different type of they possess a different type of problem for Douglas, and Simon Kenton is seeing a different type of Douglas because they don't have Kate Baker, and I think Douglas has gotten better from an athletic standpoint, especially being more relentless on the defensive end.
And from a depth perspective, I think certainly that nudge goes to Douglas. They've got Nia Carr, Miami King that have really contributed coming off the bench.
No doubt about it, and everybody, contributes. Rhaegar Gagonis has stepped into place of Kate Baker as far as shooting the three. They implemented Peyton Oakley, the 5'8" sophomore that was only averaging 2.7 points a game. She had 5 points and 6 rebounds against Madison Central. She's the Swiss Army knife for this team. She does everything from scoring, but she gives them great energy and effort on the defensive end, creating turnovers.
Douglas champions from the 11th region. They're 25-7, their third straight winning season of over 20 wins per season. Simon Kenton at 26-4. They're champions of the 8th region. We'll step aside. Starting lineups on the way back. You're listening to the opening round of the Sweet 16 from Glycod.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Welcome back to Rupp Arena at Central Bank Center in downtown Lexington. Opening round of the Girls Sweet 16 at Simon Kenton and Frederick Douglass. The fourth game of 4 today. Tip-off in just a couple of moments. Take a look at the Simon Kenton starting lineups. Brunley Purnell, 15 points per game. She'll be joined by Haley Webb and Anna Kelch alongside Bella Ober and Meg Gadzala. Ober, a freshman, and the other 4, 1 sophomore, 3 juniors. So a very inexperienced yet seasoned Simon Kenton quintet.
Well, Chris, I tell you what, they're youngsters playing in this big scene. Let's see how they react. I think Douglas still feels like they're at home. They didn't have to travel much, got to sleep in their own bed. So, and they've been playing with such confidence, and they seem like they're the veteran team out of this bunch, but still they don't have a senior in the lineup either.
Take a look at the Frederick Douglass starters. This is a unit, again, that was dealt a blow with the injury to Kate Baker earlier this season. They have thrived in the face of adversity. We're out of character space, so Reagan Greganis, that should be with an S, but no more characters on the software. So Jaylee Knowles, MK Bennett, Tamia Wade, Peyton Okerley, and Reagan Greganis, the starting 5 for Douglas. Jaylee Knowles, all 11th region, averaging 18 points and 10 rebounds. Then you've got the 8th grader and your favorite Tamia Wade, 12 points per game per night.
Well, I think she's got to be the catalyst tonight. She's the one who's got to set the tone on both ends, keeping pressure on Simon Kenton's young guards, even though she's young too. But I tell you what, the confidence that oozes out of this young lady, whoever has that task of guarding her has got a big-time job tonight.
Frederick Douglass's campus about 4 miles from where we are right now, and a great contingent of orange and green, and Simon Kenton fans to our right. Very strong student section to our right, as the Pioneers, the road team tonight, wearing all black with white numerals and blue trim, and Frederick Douglass, the home team, with orange numerals and green trim inside a straight white jersey. Tonight's officials, great chore for them. It's Josh Birdsong, Chris Ambergy, and Madison Jones.
Both teams, I think, are evenly matched. Both teams doesn't have a senior, and both teams are, hadn't been here. Both coaches hadn't been here in 2 years, so evenly matched on paper. And we'll see at what happens within the next little bit, Chris.
Again, the winner gets Taylor County out of the 5th region, as Taylor County defeated Knott County Central earlier today by 18 points. And the quarterfinal matchup be Friday at 1:30. So Jaylee Knowles to jump opposite Haley Webb. Thanks so much for joining us tonight, audio style on Glycod. Josh Birdsong tosses it in the air, and Frederick Douglass wins the tap. Tamia Wade open for a left wing 3, and it's in.
That's my favorite player already, Chris. She starts the game up with a big-time 3.
Webb with her 57th 3. McKee Bennett with a steal. That's MK Bennett with the theft for Douglas.
MK Bennett has been a special person throughout the tournament for this Douglas women's basketball team also.
So the Broncos operate in the half court. There's Jaylee Knowles up top against a straight man for Simon Kenton. Bennett, high left, probing in the lane, finds Reagan Greganis. And Greganis now will retreat just adjacent to head coach Jeff Stowers. It takes a stand as he sternly paces up and down the far Simon Kenton sideline. Bennett on the crawl, skip past Greganis, baseline jumper. It's off, and the rebound snared by Bella Ober, the freshman for Simon Kenton, as they trail 2-0. There's Purnell at the other end, and a Douglas foul as Brunley Purnell back for 2 free throws.
Great situation right there for Simon Kenton. Now, one of the keys for them is they have to attack Douglas's pressure to have a chance. Douglas is going to press you on makes and misses, so they got to make sure they're strong with the ball and continue to look up, and when they have an opportunity to drive strong to the basket, they must do so.
Free throw is in for Purnell, 77% free throw shooter, all 8th region as a sophomore. And it's 3-2 on both makes as Reagan Gregonis picked up that Douglas foul. Douglas leads 3-2, 6:54 first quarter. There's Tamia Wade and the entry to Jaylene Knowles. Knowles double team, hits her derriere, and that's a steal for Simon Kenton.
I was wondering, Chris, how Simon Kenton was going to guard Jaylene Knowles once she got the ball in the paint.
Here's Bella Ober into forecourt. Now an open three for Ober, and it's in. That's Anna Kelch, with a three as Kelch drains it in.
Yeah, Kelch 30% three-point shooter.
In a 5-3, Simon Kenton beginning as they've scored 5 straight. Tamia Wade in the corner. There's an entry to Knowles. Knowles up through contact. And a Simon Kenton foul on Jaylene Knowles.
Great idea by DJ Moberly, establishing inside presence from the start of the game. And he's going to see how they react once the ball goes into Jaylene Knowles. Looks like they're doubling every time she gets it.
To Jaylene Knowles for 2. And the first one swirls in. Knowles.
These free throws are going to be key for both teams throughout this basketball game, Chris.
6:19 in the quarter, and Knowles nets the game at 5. Simon Kenton facing 1-2-2 full court press.
You know Douglas is going to be in it, especially after a free throw.
Meg Gadzala. And Simon Kenton throws it away as it's tracked down in front court by Peyton Okerley of Douglas.
That's not surprising. You know Douglas is used to turning teams over at least on average 16 times a game.
6 minutes now, opening quarter. An even start for both teams. As MK Bennett finds Gregonis, nice deflection out of bounds as Anna Kelch of Simon Kenton pokes it out of play.
Well, this is Jeff Storard's coach team now. They're gonna pressure not as much full court as they will be pressing now in the half court, Chris.
MK Bennett to inbound side court. There's Reagan Gregonis fielding in with those nice teal high tops.
Adidas, Chris, Adidas.
And Gregonis now handles right wing, although she's a left-handed player. Gregonis swirling on top. It's Tamia Wade.
Yeah, Simon Kenton's great at thus far.
Okerley in the lane, turns and shoots, and it's partially blocked by Haley Webb of Simon Kenton. They've got the ball in a run out. There's Brinley Purnell ahead of everyone, and Purnell scoops it in.
The leading scorer, finishing at the rim. Great kick out.
Purnell her first field goal at the 5:20 mark, and Simon Kenton by an early basket.
What I can tell so far, Simon Kenton is really good at turning misses into big-time transition buckets.
There's Tamia Wade up top, the 8th grader. She'll arc it in the corner to Peyton Okerley. Now Gregonis up top around a screen. And the defensive assignment is Bella Ober as she'll stride laterally. Gregonis with a stride left, lofts it awkwardly off the glass, and the rebound procured by Haley Webb of Simon Kenton. And Webb losing the handle out of bounds as the ball rifled out off of Webb through Anna Kelch.
Tough pass right there by Anna Kelch. Right idea, just led her too much.
With 4:38 in this opening period. The final of 4 opening day first round matchups. Now Tamia Wade, far sideline. Belled high pass swung to Knowles. Now it's retreated near sideline. Okerley. There's MK Bennett on the bounce. She's going to nibble in the lane. Tamia Wade on a curl, accelerates with the left, lays it up and in. Tamia Wade with 5 of the Broncos' 7 as Simon Kenton under 4 in the quarter, just trying to break the timeline, and it's woven into front court by Purnell. There's Anna Kelch idling in front of the seated Douglas bench. And now Purnell, the initiator, just inside of half court, and they'll recycle. Webb, backdoor cut, and a great grab by Kelch, and back around for an open Kelch 3, and it's short. Rebound snared by Webb, and Simon Kenton has it back as it's poked out off of Tamia Wade of Frederick Douglass.
Simon Kenton is matching Douglas's energy and effort, chasing down balls. Chasing down loose balls, might add.
So Brinley Purnell will inbound underneath. Tied at 7 with 3:30 in the quarter. Kelch a corner 3, drains it in.
Great shot by Kelch. Great find underneath out of bounds.
Got a Frederick Douglass timeout. Anna Kelch with 2 early threes, and Simon Kenton on top with 3:24 in the first. They lead 10-7. We'll step aside, more coverage right after this.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Alongside former UK Wildcat and unforgettable Sean Woods, I'm Chris Labar, and welcome back. 10-7, Simon Kenton on top of Douglass with 3:24 in this opening quarter.
Well, Simon Kenton's making threes right now, Chris. They've made 2.
Yeah, Anna Kelch, 2 made threes, now up to 48 on the year as Douglass operates in the half court. Okerly swings it back to McKaylee Bennett. There's Tamia Wade, baseline, and she stepped on the sideline for an unforced turnover.
Yeah, unfortunate situation right there. I thought she should have taken that 3, but she saw something else, saw a drive, and accidentally stepped out of bounds on the sideline.
So Simon Kenton to inbound length of the floor with 3:04 in this opening quarter. And Haley Webb, diagonal look to Brinley Purnell as Purnell faces the basket, now retreats near wing. Up top, Haley Webb, backdoor cut. Gadzala grabs and shoots it back in the corner. And Bella Ober blowing by Gregonis. Ober flaunts it up and in.
Great drive right there by Bella Ober. Saw a crease, attacked the seam, and finished with her left hand.
And Simon Kenton now 5 clear with 2:30 in this opening quarter.
Yeah, Douglas has to get a score so they can get in their pressure. They're not a great half-court team. They're great in transition and creating turnovers, creating buckets off their turnovers.
McKaylee Bennett near sideline, the improving junior for Douglas. Now Gregonis comes to meet the pass. But 6 strides inside a half court. Post entries knocked out by Haley Webb, and that's going to take us to immediate timeout. 2:01 in this opening quarter. Simon Kenton leads Frederick Douglass 12-7. You're listening to the Kentucky High School Athletic Association Sweet 16 first round from Glycod.
Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Simon Kenton off to a 12-7 lead with 2:01 left in this opening quarter, and Pioneers so far handling the pressure well.
No doubt about it. I thought Brinley Purnell's done a great job using her quickness and navigating through the pressure with her dribble and then finding open shooters. She's done it twice. Hit Anna Kelch for the last one on an underneath out-of-bounds situation, but Douglas has to find a way to score in the half court, or they got to really create more turnovers to create scoring opportunities because this Simon Kenton's defense is pretty solid right now.
Tamia Wade with 5 of the Broncos' 7 points. The other 2 were Jaylee Knowles' free throws.
They're passing the ball around the perimeter pretty well, but they got to start attacking like Tamia Wade has been doing. Kate Barker did it a couple times, but went up weak with a layup. I got to see some more aggressiveness coming out of Peyton Okerly, and also when Miami King comes in the game.
Well, McKaylee Bennett played so well in the postseason, had 19 season high in the semifinal win versus Franklin County. Bennett thus far been held in check.
She's another one that has to show up, especially in tonight's game with her aggressiveness. She's been doing it all postseason. She's got to really show up tonight against this aggressive and solid defense of Simon Kenton.
So 2:01 in the first quarter, and Frederick Douglass will possess the basketball side court. And Gregonis wings it in play. It's in the hands of McKaylee Bennett up top. Jaylee Knowles pausing at the elbow. There's Tamia Wade, top of the circle, and Purnell going to try and shadow her. And Wade is some kind of talent.
Yes, she is.
There's Wade with a head fake. Strong drive to the basket, initiates contact, and a Douglas foul.
It got in there too deep. I thought she should have kicked it. Great defensive position and possession, taking the charge.
So Tamia Wade called for her first, this second, this quarter on the Broncos. And Simon Kenton across the timeline now. There's Bella Ober. There's Ober inside a half court, and a Pioneer 5-point lead as we approach the 1:20 mark, first period.
Yeah, Douglas has to get a stop here just so they can create a transition situation.
There's Anna Kell. She'll rotate at top of the circle. Brinley Purnell. Bella Ober, entry. Haley Webb, and it's in plus a foul.
Great basketball, great side-to-side ball movement, player movement, created a great angle there for Haley Webb.
Webb, her first field goal, and Simon Kenton now leading by a touchdown, and they'll try to tack on a free throw. Foul on Frederick Douglass as that one is long, and Knowles able to snare the rebound. There's Jaylee Knowles into forecourt. In the corner, Tamia Wade. Reagan Gregonis floats to McKaylee Bennett. Back to Gregonis. Hoisteth corner three, not going to fall. Tapped around and scarfed up by Simon Kenton. It's Brinley Purnell.
Good solid defense right there by Simon Kenton, forcing Frederick Douglass to take a long three, challenge three.
45 seconds in this first quarter. Purnell on the take and handle for Simon Kenton as they try to grow this margin late in the quarter. Backdoor cut, grab and deuce for Bella Ober.
Yeah, Douglas is very aggressive in the full court with their defense. They got to become more disciplined in the half court, especially with these back cuts.
A 16-7 Pioneer beginning. 19 seconds first quarter. There's Jaylee Knowles trying to split traffic, and she'll cough it up at 13 seconds. Purnell, outlet pass, and it's going to deflect off of Kelch off the far baseline. Douglas ball, length of the floor with 8.3 in the quarter. Inbound nudge to McKaylee Bennett across the timeline at 4. Bennett. Gregonis corner three, off in time, and it just does trickle out. First 8 minutes controlled by Simon Kenton. They lead Frederick Douglass 16-7. More coverage right after this pause from Glycod.
New year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
A great start for 8th Region champion Simon Kenton as they lead Frederick Douglass 16-7 after 1. What are your thoughts on this first 8 minutes?
Well, I'll tell you what, Simon Kenton is using Douglas's defensive aggressiveness against them. As Douglas is coming out trying to deny the basketball far from the basket, they're backdooring them and making them pay with no help on the weak side. So DJ's got to make some adjustments here. Whether once they break the pressure, just stay solid, I think, and keep them in front, make them take tough shots. That allows you to get more transition opportunities if you stop them from scoring.
Well, the demeanor by the Douglas bench there, about 2 rows in front of us to the left, they still seem very, very calm, locked in. They know this is a marathon.
Well, they've been here before. Remember now, Madison Central jumped out on them early too in the district finals, regional finals, and they found a way to come back. You got to really rely on your pressure, believe in your pressure, that it'll wear the other team down as the game goes on. Right now, Simon Kenton's found their way, but they got to continue to do that for the rest of the game.
This is a very strong start for Simon Kenton. Champions of the 8th region. They defeated Grant County on Saturday 48-31. Their most difficult game was the semifinal matchup against a perennial power Anderson County. Beat them handily. And they are here for the 2nd time in 3 seasons and the 7th time in school history.
Well, as you can see, they're a very impressive-looking team. You know, they're handling Douglas's pressure like they've been there before. So, you know, in order for Douglas to get back in this game, they have to get stops and just stay solid once the ball gets past half court.
Pioneer basketball to start the second 8 minutes. No subs thus far for either team, so the original 5 going all the way thus far. Purnell with a teardrop, and it's in from the lane.
Great play right there out of coming out of the to the second quarter by Coach Jeff Stowers.
Brinley Purnell with a gorgeous runner. She's got 5, and this lead now double figures. Jaylee Knowles driving in the lane. Lofts it up and in.
They got to do more of that. They got to attack the basket.
Full court press, and Purnell rifles it across the timeline. Lofted to Gadzala in the corner now. Just over 7 minutes, first half.
I really like Simon Kenton's poise.
Corner 3 from Meg Gadzala. Rains in.
Big time bucket right there again.
Pioneers have made 3 of those threes now.
Yes, they have, with great ball movement, too.
Douglas in the half court. There's Tamia Wade on top. Now Peyton Okerle, top of the key, as the Broncos, you sense a little indecision as they try to survey their options. There's an entry to Knowles and a foul from behind on Simon Kenton.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to bring Knowles out a little bit and give her some slashing opportunities, some back picks, so she can come downhill catching the ball, attacking the rim.
Foul is on Haley Webb, her first team foul of this quarter for Simon Kenton as the ball inbounded to McKaylee Bennett. It's 6:27 in this first half. Jaylee Knowles inches it near wing to Reagan Gorganis, the lefty. Carving pass, Bennett a 3, top of the key, well off to the left, a missile off the glass. And in self-preservation mode, the rebound brought down by Anna Kelch, Simon Kenton. Purnell, top of the key for the Pioneers.
Simon Kenton's not wasting any time getting that ball up past half court.
It's Bella Ober around the clock. It's Haley Webb, top of the key. Intercepted pass stolen away by Peyton Okerle of the Broncos, and Okerle in transitions finds Jayleen Knowles. She'll gather and leave that shot short, and Purnell claims the rebound.
Good steal by Peyton Okerle.
And Wade a little late on the pass as she's going to collide with Simon Kenton's Bella Ober, and we're going to have a Bronco foul, and that's the second on Tamia Wade.
Yes, it is, and that's not what DJ Mobley's looking for right now. He needs his star player to stay in the game and stay out of foul trouble if they got a chance today. Now everything's is going to be left to McKaylee Bennett to make plays, and she did that in the regional championship when Tamia Wade was struggling on the bench with fouls.
5:30 left in this opening half. Jaylee Knowles applying some ball pressure and thrown away from Purnell. Swiped by McKaylee Bennett as Bennett finds Okerle. And traveling is Nia Carr, fresh in the game. Some indecision as she fielded the pass far sideline.
Yeah, but I like that, though. They got a steal. They got in transition. Had an opportunity to get a score right there. Unfortunately, they didn't take advantage of it. But this is the pace that Douglas has to make in order for them to have success and come back in this basketball game.
Reagan Gorganis checks out of the game and back in immediately is Tamia Wade with those 2 fouls. 5:13 first half. Pioneers whipping the press as they'll shoot it side to side. A deep right wing 3 is out from Anna Kelch. And Miami King snares the Broncos rebound. Under 5.5. There's Knowles nearly swiped away, and there's Tamia Wade to gather far sideline. Nia Carr near corner for Douglas. It's Bennett, a long three off the mark. High left, and rebound collected by Bella Ober of Simon Kenton. Outlet to Webb. There's a trailing Kelch corner three that's off, and rebound Carr on the backside for Douglas.
Great transition three right there for Simon Kenton. Just didn't go down.
4:20 approaching the meat of this second quarter. Jaylee Knowles weaving her way in. An errant shot off, expecting contact, did not get the whistle. And Simon Kenton with a rebound. And Jeff Stowers astutely wants a Simon Kenton timeout. We'll take one as well. 4:08 remaining in the first half. Pioneers lead Frederick Douglass 21-12 on Glycod.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Simon Kenton on top of Frederick Douglass, 21-9 with 4:08 remaining in this first half. And Broncos stuck in neutral thus far at the start of the game.
Well, you got to give Simon Kenton a lot of that credit, because that's the reason why they only allowed teams to score 38 points against them, Chris. You know, this defense is rock solid. They make you take tough shots when you get in the paint. They deter you from the three, and they limit you to one shot. So right now, the way they're playing defense, it's really working.
There's Jaylee Knowles for Frederick Douglass on the inbound as Knowles up and in.
That's what they have to do. Douglass, per se, has got to get steals. Here's another one.
Miami King just a little late. She'll deflect it out of bounds as the Broncos get 2 points off a Simon Kenton turnover.
Well, Miami King is a young lady that comes off DJ Mobley's bench with great energy. And as you see right there, as soon as she came in the game, they've gotten a steal and a deflection out of bounds. So let's see if she can continue to create havoc and give Douglas a chance to get back in this game.
3:48 first half. Simon Kenton controlling the ball in the half court. There's Brinley Purnell far corner. And the Pioneers have started 5 and they've played 5 through the first 12-plus minutes of this game.
That's what they're known for.
Poke from behind, Tamia Wade with a turnover as Douglas with a live ball opportunity. Wade drives and draws a foul on Simon Kenton's Haley Webb, and that'll be her second foul.
Great defensive stance again. Now Douglas's hands are starting to get active, creating deflections, back tips, so on and so forth, so they can get out in transition and get some scoring opportunities.
Haley Webb getting an earful from her head coach, Jeff Stowers, as Tamia Wade 5 early points. We'll have 2 free throws. First one goes in, and the Pioneers going to their bench for the first time as Webb shuttles out with those 2 fouls. Inserted is Caitlin Blevins, a 5'5 senior.
Yeah, that's a big blow right there for Simon Kenton, too.
And Wade connecting on both free throws. She's got 7 of the Broncos' 13 points. Into forecourt, fielded by Brinley Purnell. Purnell all the way to the basket, lofts it short. The rebound scarfed up by Simon Kenton. It was Gadzala that got that ball back.
Yeah, but that was great defensive recovery there by number 1, Nia Carr.
Just over 3 minutes in this first half as Simon Kenton very content to operate in the half court. There's Blevins back around to Brinley Purnell. As Purnell around the clock, Meg Gadzala, they'll just weave it in the center portion of the floor. Kelch, far sideline. It's Bella Ober as Gregonis digs in defensively.
Now Douglas just has to stay disciplined.
Blevins, a deep 3 that's long off the backboard. And Douglas with the rebound and a turnover as Gregonis cited for a shove, so they're going to call Frederick Douglass for the second time in this game with a player control foul. Media timeout with 2:32 left, and Madison Jones, the official, coming over to the near side to get an earful from DJ Moberly. Take a pause, 2:32 in this first half. Simon Kenton on top of Frederick Douglass, 21-13 on Glycod.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables. But last week, I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
2:32 remaining in the first half. Simon Kenton on top of Frederick Douglass, 21-13. It will be Pioneer basketball. Sean, what did you see on that last possession?
Well, the referee said that Reagan stuck her arm out and hit her with the forearm trying to protect the basketball.
Coming up at halftime, we'll chat with Frederick Douglass Athletic Director Jeremy Delaney. It'd be great to catch up, and we will update you on all things FDHS athletics. Certainly, I'm sure we'll discuss the heartbreaker last night, the 11th Region Boys Championship, a great crossing. Moved on with a 2-point win.
What a great game, Chris.
Wow.
What a great game.
So Simon Kenton and Frederick Douglass still in the media portion of the timeout here for another handful of seconds. Again, the winner gets Taylor County on Friday. Both North Laurel and GRC also won today. And Glycod will have the early game tomorrow, 11 o'clock a.m. with Johnson Central against Sacred Heart. Mark Evans, former Mercy head coach and a 2010 state champion coach, will join me for that one. Here's Simon Kenton on the inbound. As Bella Ober inside half court for Simon Kenton.
I'm sure Coach Stowers drew up something. Ooh, great block right there.
Block shot. Jaylee Knowles with a block. That's going to ignite a break. Tamia Wade downhill for Douglass. Lays it in.
Great patience and being under control by Tamia Wade for an 8th grader. Right there, just to have that type of savvy to stop on a dime, come to 2 feet, let the defensive go by her, and she makes the layup.
Wade with 9 as Simon Kenton in the half court. Under 2 minutes now in the half. Purnell handles top of the key for Simon Kenton. And it's thrown away as she tried to find Kelch on the inbound. Wade drives, and Tamia Wade plows over Simon Kenton player.
I thought that was a block, Chris.
And it's out of bounds as possession to Simon Kenton. DJ Moberly furious on the near sideline, wanting that call.
Yeah, that was obvious right there. That was a blocking foul. She fell before she got there, and there was contact.
Again, Wade with 2 fouls in this half with 1:40 remaining. Simon Kenton into front court by 6. Purnell, the sophomore, shadowed by number 1, Nia Carr of Frederick Douglass. Now Purnell utilizes a screen, carves room underneath.
Hook. Yes.
And it was a hook foul on Purnell. She tried to create some space.
She thought she got away with that chicken wing, but the ref saw it, Chris.
Be the 3rd team foul for Simon Kenton in this second quarter. And the Broncos only down 6.
Another great defensive stance by Douglass. Now they got to capitalize on the other end.
With 1:13 in the half, McKaylee Bennett operates near sideline. Up top, Tamia Wade, an open 3. Yes!
What can't she do in a basketball game? What can't she do in a basketball game?
It's 21-18, under a minute and a half. Simon Kenton drives. That shot partially blocked as Kelch tried to find it underneath. Knowles got the block, and here's Knowles all the way to the basket for Douglass. Trickles it in!
Big time coast-to-coast move by Jaylee Knowles. Douglass is back in this ball game, Chris, with 39 seconds left to go in the half.
Simon Kenton in the half court, and they threw it away again. They tried to find Gonzala cutting back door, and Purnell threw it behind her out of bounds.
It seems like Douglass's pressure is finally taking its toll on Simon Kenton. It just eventually just wears you down.
Miami King shuttles out, and she's given the Broncos some good minutes.
Yes, she has.
Reagan Greganis back in. 34 seconds in the half, and the Broncos a basket here would give them the lead. They trailed by double figures just moments ago.
Yeah, if I'm them, I'm getting the last shot.
There's Gregonis near wing. Now 20 seconds in this second quarter. Jaylee Knowles angling left, pausing elbow, skip past Gregonis at the corner with 10 seconds. Up top now, Tamia Wade at 8. Bennett near wing at 6. Back to Wade up top at 4. Gregonis left wing. Gregonis drives up and off. And a 21-20 Simon Kenton lead at the half.
We got a ball game now, Chris. You know, Simon Kenton made their run. Then towards the end of the half, Douglas got their run, and their pressure finally started to take its toll on Simon Kenton, and that's the reason why it's only a one-point game right now.
Should be an outstanding second half. Pioneers on top of Frederick Douglass at the half, 21-20. Will step aside. More coverage from the Girls Sweet 16 after this timeout on Glycod.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Mathnasium of East and West Lexington, sponsor of tonight's Scholar Athlete. Mathnasium unlocks the math potential in every child.
Halftime at Rupp Arena at Central Bank Center. Simon Kenton leads Frederick Douglass 21-20. Let's catch up with Broncos Athletic Director Jeremy Delaney. Great comeback by Douglass in that second quarter.
Yeah, Chris, we
took us a little while to settle in there, but once we kind of got it figured out, we did what we do best, which is turn the ball over and get going.
Talk about Coach Moberly and what he's built here in year 5 now.
Yeah, so anybody that is from Lexington and kept up with Frederick Douglass, our girls program was not in a great place, and he came in and just immediately changed the culture. Really what he's done has been absolutely amazing, honestly. They put in the work. They go, 6 days a week, hit it hard. Kids want to play for him. And it's really impressive what he's done in the 4-year period. This is the second time that we've been here in 3 years, and so just really proud of DJ. If you know DJ, he's an awesome guy.
Think about back to when you first hired him and your staff hired him. What did you see in him, and walk us through what was that engagement like?
So it was during COVID, and so all of the interviews had to be via Zoom, and that is a challenging thing. I'm a kind of a face-to-face guy, and so when you're doing those things, it's just really, really hard. It's hard to get a guy on the board and things like that. But his energy just really came through, and I had kept up with DJ. He was actually coaching at Southern Middle School. He coached the boys and the girls, and my job is to kind of keep up with who's doing what. And he would always schedule more games than he had to. He won at a high clip, and so I knew who he was, and I was excited to bring him in. And just the energy that he brought during the interview, it was infectious, and I knew that's exactly what we needed to get this program going in the right direction.
We're chatting with Broncos Athletic Director Jeremy Delaney, a 1-point game at halftime. Last night, boys 11th Region Championship, a tough loss to Great Crossing by 2, but man, oh man, what a great year for Coach Murray Garvin and that program.
Yeah, those people, if you get to know Coach Garvin, he is a tremendous human being, and that when we were looking for a coach, the reality is at Frederick Douglass, we're going to have players, and I tell them all the time, I'm more impressed with your character and what you're really bringing to the table for our young men to teach them to eventually become men, and so you saw a lot of that. We've got an excellent staff. I would argue one of the best staffs in the region. And I think you saw that. If you know basketball and you saw things that maybe you haven't seen before, and a lot of that is a testament to just the work that they're putting in on the court. Watching film, a lot of work being put in, and you can see you can't hide hard work, and so that's what we see.
What's it like in your shoes to manage all these successful athletic programs? Walk us through that. What's that like?
It is a labor of love. It is 100%. There are days I'm like, what in the world am I doing? But then when you see kids get a chance to come here and play in such a historic venue, to really become what their coaches see in them, and to see that, it's just like a teacher. It's no different, and to see them grow and to just become young adults, and to see them even after, it's incredibly rewarding. And so, and to be able to kind of coach coaches, if that makes sense, because coaches coach kids, but who's there to hear coaches and to, because they're going through it, and just to help them grow in their craft and just build something special at Frederick Douglass. I believe in what we're doing there. And it's really a privilege to go there every single day and to be able to try to make us better and better, and to never settle. We don't want to settle.
Got the state championship in football, and certainly I know the aspirations are to grow that. And you seem like you got the right support around you to make that happen.
Yeah, again, Coach McPeak, actually example of people that work and work and work. What people don't see, they see Friday night, but what they don't see is the 7-hour Sundays with the staff and breaking down and game planning and all of those things. And do we have talent? Yes, 100%. We've got talent, but what you do with that talent really makes a big difference. And that's the same thing that we're getting with these basketball programs and our baseball program and softball, our softball program. I mean, it's just really trying to get people to come in and do the work and just try to max out these young people's potential.
Let's talk some academics and all the great achievements that some players have attained here this year.
Yeah, sometimes we get the reputation of being the sports school or the athletic school, but the reality is we've got a lot of intelligent kids that are doing some great things in the classroom. Our biomed program is top notch. We've got kids that are going to some of the best universities, getting scholarships at that. I don't know the number off top, but it's in the millions in terms of scholarships that kids have gotten, and so. Really proud of. I have a kid at Douglas, and so I'm the athletic director, but I'm also a father of a student athlete, and I wouldn't have brought her there if I didn't think that she was going to. She's not going to go pro in anything. She's a student athlete, and she's going to go pro in something, but not soccer, right? And it's. I wouldn't have brought her there if I didn't think that it was a great academic institution.
Thanks for stopping by, and good luck in the second half, Jeremy.
Hey, appreciate it, Chris. Thank you for all you do.
It's Jeremy Delaney, Athletic Director of Frederick Douglass. Sean Woods will join me, and we'll reset the table. A 1-point game at the half. Simon Kenton on top of Frederick Douglass, 21-20. We'll be right back after this.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
With fast signs, create striking custom visuals that inspire pride district-wide. Fast signs, make your statement.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media.
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Central Kentucky Driving School, raising the bar in driver education. Man of War Harley-Davidson, 100% Kentucky owned and operated. And by Don Franklin Auto, driven by family.
21-20, Simon Kenton by a point as we welcome you back. I'm Chris LaBar alongside former UK Wildcat and Ben Jobe National Coach of the Year, Sean Woods. Sean, let's take a look at some first half numbers for you as we dive in a bit deeper in this game, and a pretty even distribution on all sides thus far.
No doubt about it. 10-10 points in the paint, 7-7 points off turnovers, 3-2 second chance points, 2-4 fast break points. But the surprising stat, especially for Douglas, is we know that Simon Kenton only plays 5-6 kids. Douglas has no production from a point standpoint from their bench just yet. Another situation, what got Douglas in this game was they were able to turn Simon Kenton over, especially in the second quarter. Simon Kenton has 10 turnovers, and all because of Douglas's pressure. But the thing right now, another big-time stat is, Chris, even the backboard is even. You know, Douglas is only shooting 38%, while Simon Kenton is shooting 53 on, 7 assists. So, Douglas got to continue to play their style of play. Hopefully it'll wear them down in the second half. And Simon Kenton's got to find a way to sustain with only playing limited players.
Well, 2 players have scored for Douglas. You've got Tamia Wade with 12 and Jaylee Knowles with 8, and that's it.
I know. Normally you're getting something out of McKaylee Bennett or even Miami King. You're not doing that just yet. And also Reagan Gregonis is 0 for 5, especially from the 3, 0 for 2. So sooner or later she's got to get going to create some separation for Douglas in the second half.
Simon Kenton once had a 12-point lead and a furious run in the second quarter as Douglas outscored the Pioneers 13-5. And now it's 21-20 as we get set for the start of the second half. Again, the winner gets Taylor County on Friday at 1:30 in the second of 4 quarterfinal games. Bronco basketball to start, and they'll move it right to left.
Another great adjustment that DJ Mobley did in that second quarter was he took those back cuts away.
There's Jaylee Knowles penetrating, initiating contact, and an early Simon Kenton foul.
Great call right out the gate by DJ Mobley, getting his top player coming downhill.
DJ Mobley chatting with Madison Jones, the official, a wry smile on both their part as DJ was working her over pretty good on a couple of calls in the first half. Looks like they've made up.
I mean, as a coach, you got to stay consistent when you're questioning calls. Do it respectfully, but let her know, keep her on her toes, make sure she does the right thing every time she blows her whistle.
Jaylee Knowles made 1 now. She made 2, and the Broncos retake the lead.
And that's what it's going to take. The Broncos going to have to really make their free throws, and they're doing it thus far, 4 for 4.
Broncos' last lead was at 7:54 of the first quarter. Now they lead 22-21. In an overplay and a steal, that's Reagan Gregonis for the Broncos as Gregonis comes to a jump stop, lofts it well long, nearly took out the shot clock, and Simon Kenton brings down the rebound.
Yeah, those are one of the keys. I said, Chris, they got to really make these layups when they force turnovers.
Brinley Purnell on the handle, far sideline for Simon Kenton. Purnell 6 early points and then was held in check for the meat of the first half.
What Simon Kenton did really well in the first half was they really moved the basketball, and they caught Douglas because of their pressure and aggressiveness. Caught him going back door, scored a couple points.
Backdoor cut,
overplay. They tried just that time.
Stolen by Tamia Wade, and the Broncos into front court as Tamia Wade with the theft. Now Wade right through the lane, lofts it, and it's partially blocked by Anna Kelch of Simon Kenton. There's an outlet to Haley Webb, and Gregonis back to knock it out of play. It'll stay Simon Kenton with the inbound directly in front of their bench.
Well, starting the third quarter, they're letting them play a little bit. It's getting a little nippy. Starting to bang a little bit, Chris. Getting a little physical.
Nia Carr is in as Reagan Gregonis will sub out. Nia Carr in the first half for Douglas. 6 scoreless minutes with 1 assist. There's the inbound and stolen by McKaylee Bennett for the Broncos, and she'll lay it off long. Missed the bunny.
Another missed layup right there. Another missed opportunity off your defense.
Pioneers with the rebound, and they're going to score and take the lead. It's put in by Bella Ober.
Yeah, she went after Tamia Wade right there, who already has 2 fouls. She had to let her go.
Ober with 6 and a big turn of foot there. Tamia Wade, high left for Douglas. There's Jaylee Knowles. Knowles as it deflected out by Purnell. It'll stay Bronco ball underneath.
Yeah, Jaylee knows as she gets older, she's got to become more savvy when she on her drives.
Nia Carr to nudge it in underneath for Douglas. It's 6-11 in this third quarter. And Carr finds Tamia Wade in the corner. As Tamia Wade with a stride, lost the handle, able to gather it back, put it up and in.
Way to stay with it, Tamia.
Tamia Wade, game's leading scorer now at 14 points. And a Bronco lead with 6 minutes, third quarter. Stolen on the inbound, and here comes Douglas. A 2-on-1. Oakerly finds McKaylee Bennett, and she is fouled. And Bennett to the foul line for 2 as the turnover starting to pile up.
No doubt about it. Like I said before, the style of play that Douglas plays just wears on you as time goes by. And as you see right now, it's starting to take effect on Simon Kenton. Douglas just got to do a better job of making the layups when they get them, Chris.
McKaylee Bennett for 2. First one stays in, and it's a 2-point Bronco lead.
At least they're making their free throws thus far.
Broncos 4-4 from the foul line in the first half, and add 2 to that tally. In a 26-23 lead as Purnell races into front court for Simon Kenton.
Way to get back, way to hustle back, Douglas.
There's Webb up top, shot in the corner to Purnell. Purnell moves baseline, lays it in as she left Oakerly nailed to the floor.
Yes, she did. Great move right there by the sophomore, Brinley Purnell.
Purnell with 8. 26-25 Douglas, 5:23 third quarter. Jaylee Knowles in front of us, high left. Lofted in the corner to Tamia Wade. Wade entry as Knowles is doubled, arcs it off as it slides off the rim. The putback goes in for Oakerly.
That's what she does, Chris. She gets all the offensive rebounds. That's what she's been doing all postseason. And she's got to do that a lot more tonight.
Broncos by 3, 3 minutes deep, third quarter. Bella Ober arcs to the elbow. It's Meg Gonzalez. Simon Kenton being bothered by this press. There's Webb. Haley Webb drives Knowles in the lane, and it's blocked by Knowles and out of bounds. Simon Kenton.
Great block right there. Great block without fouling by Jaylee Knowles.
DJ Moberly being asked rather politely by the official to get back in the coaching box as Simon Kenton will inbound underneath their basket. 4:36 third quarter. There's Kelch high left closing out as MK Bennett. And now Purnell far sideline at the keyhole. Ober entry Webb up and Knowles with another block and Douglas with a break. And now Bennett applies the break.
Great block again by Knowles.
Tamia Wade off the window is in. And the Broncos call timeout. In a 30-25 Douglas lead, 4:11 in the third quarter. We'll step aside. More coverage right after this.
A lot of places to be. At Cartown Kia, we want to know, where can we take you?
Go for savings in the new 2025 Kia Telluride. Just $399 down and $399 a month. Or a 2025 Kia Sorento. Just $289 down and $289 a month. Or the hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $199 down and $199 a month.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Wherever you're going, start here at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball from Glycod.
Frederick Douglass, a game-high 5-point advantage with 4:11 in this third quarter, and this press really starting to reap awards.
Yes, it is, and you know, that's what we said. You know, this type of style of play just wears on you. You know, if you pressing all game, sooner or later, those passes start to get soft, those cuts start to get slower. And as the game goes on, Douglas gets stronger and better because that's what they do every single day, and it's starting to show right now.
And DJ Moberly, to call that timeout in the sequence where it occurred, really perhaps ended some momentum. There had to be something he saw that he wanted to correct.
Yes, no doubt about it. Sometimes you want to give your team a blow. You know, the pressing, you know, you don't want fatigue to play a part in it and give up something that you don't want to happen. So you give them a blow, knowing that you're coming back out there and doing it again, and then make an adjustment to that you saw.
Got about 10 Douglas students standing to the left. It's a whiteout there. They've got a Kate Baker sign. They also, all of them eating ice cream too, Sean. People rave about the ice cream here.
This is the best in the country, says Jay Billis. Jay Billis has made Rupp Arena ice cream famous worldwide.
It's social hour down there for the Broncos students. In a 5-point Frederick Douglass lead. This was a group down 13 points. Check that down, 12 points in the first half. And it's Simon Kenton ball length of the floor. 4:11 third quarter.
It's like Coach Patino used to always say, we're a pressing team. No matter what the score is at halftime, just keep doing what you're doing, and sooner or later they'll break. And that's what Simon Kenton has done so far in this third quarter.
Purnell into front court for the Pioneers. Finds Haley Webb up top.
Good pressure right there.
There's Bella Ober. Ober drives, arcs it well long, and Simon Kenton controls the rebound. Purnell, a left wing three is off. And Knowles collecting it for Douglas. And Knowles going to take it herself to the basket. Now finds Bennett. And a charge whistled on Jaylee Knowles of Frederick Douglass.
Great idea. Just got to come to a jump stop earlier and make that bounce pass right there.
First team foul of this quarter for Douglas at the 3:40 mark. And Simon Kenton going to inbound length of the floor. And Douglas going to pick up at half court this time. There's Anna Kelch far sideline, and she killed her dribble. And it's a steal as Bennett lunging after that loose ball, but the Pioneers got it back.
Yeah, they did. Got lucky there.
Gazzala in the corner. Now Ober surveying her options, diving to the floor for that pass. Haley Webb gets it. And Simon Kenton able to control possession, but it's a little sketchy right now.
Yeah, Douglas has really tightened up their half-court defense thus far.
There's Purnell in the lane, and Knowles her third block of the quarter. It's out of bounds, Simon Kenton.
Well, Douglas is doing a great job of funneling the ball handler under duress into Jaylee Knowles for her to have an opportunity to block the shot.
Simon Kenton on the inbound. There's Bella Ober. Is Ober putting it on the deck. Finds Webb. Ober, a triggered three from the wing. Nope. Knowles a rebound. And Douglas by 5 with the ball. 2:40 third quarter. Simon Kenton led by 9 at the conclusion of the first quarter. There's McKaylee Bennett near wing for Douglas, and stolen a lazy pass, and Anna Kelch deflects it and takes it for Simon Kenton.
Yeah, great anticipation right there by Simon Kenton.
There's Ober near sideline at 2:20 in this third as Knowles staring at that ball on defense. And Haley Webb up top for the Pioneers. Woven back to Ober. Anna Kelch now centers it as we tiptoe under 2 minutes, third quarter. Meg Gazzala far sideline. Gazzala bounces it up, fielded by Webb. Not a lot of penetration as Simon Kenton doing everything well beneath the arc. There's Webb up top with 140. There's a lob pass. Nice grab underneath by Kelch. There's a corner three off from Ober, and Kenton controls the rebound. There's Ober, entry to Webb, sent out of there by Knowles, and a Douglas foul. Jaylee Knowles called, foul called by the underneath official, and that's going to take us to immediate timeout with 1:28 in the third quarter. Simon Kenton with a pair of free throws when you return. Frederick Douglass by 5 on Glycod.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
The lead is 5 for Frederick Douglass with 1:28 in this third quarter. Simon Kenton with a pair of free throws. What are your observations here in the second half?
Well, it's contrasting styles, and the tables have flipped thus far, Chris. You know, Simon Kenton was very, very comfortable at first, being very aggressive going against Douglas's pressure. DJ Mobley made a couple of adjustments defensively, kind of softened up, especially on the cuts. Told him how to do it from a defensive standpoint, and it's made a difference. And now Simon Kenton's having a hard time scoring in the half court. Not only that, they're still turning the basketball over every now and then. Douglas has got to continue to do a better job of capitalizing it when they have the opportunity in fast break situations.
Jaylee Knowles with that last foul was only the Broncos' second team foul of this quarter.
Yeah. That was just a questionable foul, but, ref could call that. Well, how about Jaylee Knowles? She's been, she's looking like Malachi Marino from last night, blocking those shots on those drives coming inside there.
And Jaylee 3 blocks in this quarter. And Simon Kenton's Haley Webb, 59% free throw shooter, will shoot 2 again on the air tomorrow as Glycott for the first first round game tomorrow with Johnson Central and Sacred Heart. Tip at 11. We're on the air at 10:30 as Webb steers in the free throw, and now the deficit is 4.
Yeah, Simon Kenton's got to make their free throws too to stay in this basketball game.
And that one's going to dance out, and Peyton Okerle claims the Broncos rebound, and they're leading by 4 with 1:20 in this third quarter. Tamia Wade up top for Douglas. Wade on the handoff to Jaylee Knowles as Knowles angling left, puts on the break, lofts it underneath. Nice grab, and Okerle connects.
Great pass right there by Jaylee Knowles. She drew 3 girls, and Okerle got behind the defense. She found her for a wide-open layup.
Peyton Okerle has given the Broncos a 6-point lead with 50 seconds, third quarter. Bella Ober in the corner for Simon Kenton. Up top, that's Brinley Purnell. There's Kelch. Shadowed by Tamia Wade, and the Broncos thus far really sealed off that 3-point line here in this quarter.
Yes, they have, Chris.
There's Webb, foul line at 30. There's a high arcing 3, not going to go down. It's short from Anna Kelch, but Simon Kenton on the glass. Yeah. And Purnell out with it, top of the key with 20 seconds now.
Great effort right there by Simon Kenton, create another opportunity.
There's Purnell swerving underneath, lays it in.
That's her favorite move, going to her right, stopping with 2 feet, finishing at the rim strong, Chris.
8 seconds now in the third. Jaylee Knowles into half court, looks at the bench for the call at 5. Knowles on the drive, and she's called for a charge. 1.5 in the third. And Knowles with her third foul.
Yeah, she's got to be careful right there. Good aggressive drive, but you got to be smart.
And we've got Simon Kenton injury underneath as Knowles colliding with one of the Simon Kenton players. As the young lady is ailing on the floor there. We're going to take a timeout. 1.5 left in the third. We'll be right back after this.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time. While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Brinley Purnell was the injured Simon Kenton player. It looked like she collided with Knowles and was cut open as there was blood pouring out on the floor, and Purnell taken back into the locker room. And a very, very tough young lady as stood in there and withstood that contact and the charge called on Jaylee Knowles.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. Jaylee Knowles driving in there aggressively, not trying to, but gave her, touched her with her elbow a little bit, kind of split her forehead open right above her eye.
So a slight delay here as we get the floor cleaned up with 1.5 left. It will be Simon Kenton's ball. And we certainly wish the best to Simon Kenton's Brinley Purnell as, she withstood a very fierce blow.
Yeah, I hope she gets to come back because that's a major piece for Simon Kenton.
Yeah, it sure is. Again, in a team that certainly does not go very deep. They had 4 combined bench minutes in the first half. Naomi Croman played 1 minute. Caitlin Blevins played 3, and now with Purnell out, it looks like Naomi Croman is going to re-enter for Simon Kenton. And we will certainly update you if we see Brinley Purnell come back towards the bench area. We will keep you posted. So 1.5 left, Simon Kenton ball length of the floor. There's the inbound to Ober, and not going to get the shot off in time, and that'll take us to the fourth. Broncos on top, 32-28 over Simon Kenton, fourth quarter on the way back. This is Glycon.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Frederick Douglass on top of Simon Kenton, 32-28 as we welcome you back to Rupp Arena at Central Bank Center in downtown Lexington. What do the Broncos need to do here to move on in this fourth quarter?
They got to keep Simon Kenton uncomfortable. And also, whether Brinley Purnell comes in or not, that's their number one ball handler who's done the best at handling Douglas's pressure. So she's going to be really missed if she can't come back in this basketball game.
So again, Purnell taken out of the game with 1.5 left in the third. It appeared to be a pretty severe cut above her forehead. And we still see the trainers kind of scurrying back and forth here, and you would think they may try to stitch her up back in the locker room.
Yeah, they may do. I hope her head's not hurting because sometimes getting an elbow right there at the crown of your head, could cause an actual what am I saying? Concussion.
We certainly wish her the best as we get set for the fourth quarter. Both these teams, we thought all along this might be the most compelling opening round game of the four today, and it certainly has not disappointed.
No doubt about it. Two teams that are tough. She's coming back. I hear the crowd, Chris.
That's great. Here comes Brinley Purnell. That's wonderful to see, and she's asking to check in, but I'm not sure Coach Stowers is going to oblige just yet, but she is right there in the thick of the huddle.
She's showing toughness. She wants to be there for her basketball team.
And Brinley's going out there. That deserves an ovation. Brinley Purnell going to check back in the game. Wow. We get set for the fourth quarter. So Simon Kenton basketball to start this fourth.
Simon Kenton's really got to do a better job of taking care of the basketball in this quarter.
There's Purnell fielding at far sideline for Simon Kenton. Angling against Okerley. And Webb will field it, working as she's going to draw Knowles out deep from the basket. Knowles again with those 3 fouls. There's Bella Ober crafting a pass up top to Meg Gadzala. Gadzala on the return on the back door, and it's touched last on the entry. It's off Douglas, and it's going to belong underneath to Simon Kenton.
Yeah, I think the ref missed that one. I thought that went off of Simon Kenton's hands.
Pioneers triggered in. There's Webb at the foul line. Back out, a wide open three from the arc. From the right is off. Kelch could not connect. Rebound fielded by Douglas's Knowles. Now McKaylee Bennett up top for Douglas, nearing the 7-minute mark.
Yeah, Douglas comes out, running a set play.
Knowles 15-footer is in.
Hand down, man down, Chris. She turned around. Her man had her hand down. She shot it in her face. She's got to do a lot more of that to show her versatility.
And Simon Kenton wants a timeout. That leaves them with 3. 6:56 to play and a 6-point Frederick Douglass lead. Be right back after this on Glycod.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Frederick Douglass on top of Simon Kenton, 34-28 with 6:56 to play in this game. Pioneers got out to a great start, led by 16-7 after one. Broncos, a nice 8-point rush to close the half, trim the deficit to 21-20, and now they lead by 6 with 7 to play.
Well, Simon Kenton's got to turn it up, find a way to score, especially in half court, and handle Douglas's pressure. And Douglas has got to continue to get stops and limit Simon Kenton to one shot.
And the Pioneers had some success on the backboard. They've missed a boatload of threes in this second half.
Yeah, Douglas has done a great job of making the adjustment, running Anna Kelch off the three and forcing her. And when she does get a three, it's very challenged.
Pioneers 2 of 11. Check that, 3 of 11 thus far from 3 for 27%. And they've had some good looks.
Yes, they have. But when you're shooting under duress, then you're trying to hurry up and get it off because of the pressure of Douglas. Makes it tougher.
So out of the Pioneer timeout, Simon Kenton with the ball. There's Haley Webb up top as the Pioneers in the half court.
Simon Kenton with that weave, see if they can get a backdoor situation here.
Webb, nice grab. There's Meg Gazzala that fielded it down low. Up top now, Haley Webb. There's Webb. Purnell darts, catches it underneath, lost it, and out come the Broncos.
Almost had another back cut right there. Missed the layup, though.
And Tamia Wade patiently waiting as she walks into front court for Douglas. There's Wade cramping her way to the basket, kicked it around, lost the handle. It's going to squirt to the near side to Nia Carr. Up top, McKaylee Bennett at the 6-minute mark. There's Jaylee Knowles. Knowles driving, able to scoot it back out, and DJ Moberly sensed something he did not like in a Douglas timeout.
Great timeout there by DJ. Saw them starting to get a little erratic a little bit. Call a timeout, settle down. Create a set play as you come out of this timeout. Get something that you want.
So the Broncos will have possession here at the 6:02 mark in a 34-28 lead. We told you about Douglas being here back in 2023 for the first time in school history. Simon Kenton was here in 2023 as well. Through the first 6 appearances for the Pioneers, they're only 2-4 in first-round games, so they've had some success getting here, but not a lot getting deeper into this tournament.
All right, talking to DJ Moberly earlier, he said that he's a different coach. He's more experienced in this situation than he was the first time he came down here. and it's showing right now.
Nia Card inbound for Douglas underneath. As Carr nudges it right in front. That is Peyton Okerly, and Okerly on top, McKaylee Bennett. Bennett driving, lofting, and a foul on Simon Kenton. Be a 2-shot foul.
Great idea there by Douglas, spreading them out and just drive them. They got to foul you or you got to make the layup. Now, coming down the stretch, Chris, this is where free throws become very important.
It's the third team foul for Simon Kenton. Douglas yet to pick up a personal as McKaylee Bennett steers in the first free throw.
Yeah, they're taking care of business right now, doing what they're supposed to do, especially on the free throw line.
And the Broncos by a touchdown with 5:54 to play. Trying to earn their first ever state tournament win. And Bennett gets that one in as well. The lead at 8, high watermark lead for Frederick Douglass. Purnell will find Bella Ober up top, and Ober into front court for Simon Kenton. And Ober and Simon Kenton wants timeout as Jeff Stowers bailed out his guard as McKaylee Bennett was all in her grill.
See, that's what Douglas does. They just wear you down with their pressure. It's relentless. It never stops. And if you don't have guards that are confident enough and athletic enough to get by them, you're going to struggle. And that's what Simon Kenton's doing right now. Their guards are not trying to go by them as they're getting pressured, and it's taking a toll on them.
5:43 left. At what point of this game did it shift over to Douglas?
Right, 3 minutes left to go in the second quarter. You know, they made that run. They cut it to 1. They ended it only down by 1 in the second half, and they haven't missed a beat since then. The pressure's gotten even more intense, and Simon Kenton's kind of getting back on their heels. You know, Simon Kenton's got to do what they were doing earlier, making them pay for their pressure by attacking physically and aggressively and also back cuts. But DJ Mobley has done a great job of adjusting to that.
So Simon Kenton ball to inbound, down 8. There's Purnell at the foul line. She'll shift underneath, carve up the shot and in.
Good tough move right there by Purnell.
Purnell just utilizes angles so well. The lead at 6 with 5:25 remaining.
That's what Simon Kenton has to do. Have to attack the basket aggressively.
There's Nia Carr attacking, driving, and
great
putting it in.
Great move right there by Nia Carr. She did the Rajon Rondo. Faked it, kept it, and finished at the rim.
38-30. As the Broncos answer, there's Webb up top, and Knowles on her. Backdoor cut, Purnell grabs, sealed off underneath. Purnell weaving, maintaining her pivot foot. Finds Webb at the elbow.
Good defense right there by
Purnell's being
Corley.
bumped by Okerly.
By Okerly.
Not liking the no call. As Purnell lofts a 3 in the wing. It's off. Chased down in the corner by Meg Gadzala of Simon Kenton. And Gadzala's going to ricochet that ball off to Mia Wade's calf. It's out of bounds. Simon Kenton underneath.
Douglas has to be aware when that ball goes off, hits that rim. Got to chase that ball down.
4:36 to play. Pioneers inbound. Underneath, there's a lob. Kelch, 3, off from the right wing. Another good look that just would not go down.
Just didn't fall. They getting the shots. Got to make them.
There's McKaylee Bennett double teamed in backcourt, and she traveled. So back to Simon Kenton now with 4:26 on the clock.
Simon Kenton gave Douglas some of their own medicine, pressuring the basketball coming up court.
Now Purnell on the handle for the Pioneers. Open left wing 3. That one did everything but go in for Anna Kelch. It was all the way in and bounced out. And Tamia Wade out with it for Douglas on a 2-on-2 break. There's Wade to the basket. Put it in.
Big time move by Tamia Wade. Coast to coast. Going to the left side, finishing with the right hand.
In a 40-30 Bronco blitz, their biggest advantage. Under 4 minutes now. Webb foul line. Tried to find a darting Purnell, threw it away out of bounds.
Great defense there by Frederick Douglass.
Things perhaps starting to slip away for Simon Kenton. Such a masterful beginning in this game.
Wow, they had it their way, but like I told you before, sometimes this pressure just finds a way of wearing you down, and I thought it did that time.
Pass to Okerley, far sideline, little nonchalant going to get it, and it's out of bounds to Simon Kenton.
Yeah, ill-advised pass there by McKaylee Bennett.
Peyton Okerley exits for Douglas.
Great defensive effort she's given her Bronco team.
And Miami King, back in. 3:38 now in the fourth as the ball centered to Gonzala. Now up top, it's Bella Ober. Purnell triggers a right wing three. High arcer short, claimed and cleaned up and in by Haley Webb.
Yes, Simon Kenton's putting on their pressure now.
Lead at 8. Gregonis into front court for Douglas with 3:13 on the timer. There's Bennett through contact. Knowles right corner three. Oh, yeah!
The lead is scored in the 11th region.
43-32 Douglas. As Purnell navigates inside and a Gregonis foul.
I'll tell you what, Jaylee Knowles is showing everything in her bag tonight, Chris. Normally she's an inside young lady, you know what I'm saying, a slasher, but she's showing that she can shoot the three too.
Take a timeout. 43-32 Douglas with 2:59 remaining. More coverage from Rupp right after this on Glycod.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Alongside former UK Wildcat and unforgettable Sean Woods, I'm Chris LeBar as it's a 43-32 Bronco lead with 2:59 in the fourth. Been a very sound couple of quarters for Douglas.
No doubt about it, and it's all predicated on their pressure. And two, you got to make shots, and they've been doing that in this second half with Jaylee Knowles with 2 threes, you know, Tamia Wade doing her thing, and everybody else is just playing their role from a defensive standpoint, doing what they got to do to create more offensive possessions for themselves, and it's working.
And how about that basket by Nia Carr?
Woo-wee! The now you see me, now you don't fake. Hey, that was big time, and it gave Frederick Douglass another boost and great momentum.
A very strong beginning for Simon Kenton. Again, they led 16-7 after one. They've had a 12-point lead in the first half. And the Broncos, though, from about the middle part of the second quarter on, they have been in control.
Yes, and it's just style of play, Chris, and it's the pressure that Douglas is being able to create and more possessions, and also not only that, you know, besides Brinley Purnell, everybody else on Simon Kenton's team's been playing on their heels.
They have been. And Purnell still being attended to during the dead ball. Again, she was stitched up after drawing the charge on Knowles. And that young lady's a very, very tough student athlete.
Yeah, showing big-time resiliency here.
Back on the floor, Simon Kenton inbound underneath. Still plenty of time, 3 minutes left. Fielded by Ober up top for the Pioneers. As Ober shifting against McKaylee Bennett. Left wing Brinley Purnell. Purnell, a high arcing three off to the left. Knowles cleans up the Bronco rebound. And Tamia Wade into front court as she's going to kick it around as Simon Kenton with a steal. And there's Purnell to dig it out. Purnell a three. Nope, well short top of the key. Rebound up and in finally for Anna Kelch. So Simon Kenton gets 2 back there in the lead at 9 with 2:13 remaining. McKaylee Bennett underneath, woven back to Knowles, and Gregonis there now near sideline for Douglas. There's M.K. Bennett in the corner.
Yeah, Douglas needs to settle down a little bit.
And Jaylee Knowles is fouled by Brentley Purnell. That is the second team Pioneer foul. So possession side court Douglas. Winner gets Taylor County Friday at 1:30. Taylor County defeated Knott County Central earlier today, 53-35.
Simon Kent's got to find a way to create turnovers here.
There's Jaylee Knowles, the recipient on the inbound, and Knowles lost near sideline to Wade. Back over to Gregonis in the corner. Now Wade high-low. It's Oakerly. Cutting Knowles, grabs and puts it in.
Great execution right there by Douglas. Great poise. Got exactly what they want, a layup.
1:35 on the timer. Simon Kenton hurriedly into front court. Ober drives, missed that shot. Webb lays it in. The lead at 9 with 1:21 on the clock.
Simon Kenton's got to create a turnover here.
And Bennett into front court, lofts to Tamia Wade. Wade attacking this defense. There's Oakerly. She'll grab and score.
Big time, just simple play that Tamia Wade made. 2-on-1 situation, drew the defender, laid it out for Oakerly to get a wide open layup. Now they turn him over again.
Tamia Wade in the corner. And a foul as Simon Kenton on their heels and in big trouble with 55 seconds left. And Douglas fouled and an underneath out of bounds upcoming. Third team fouls, first on Anna Kelch. 54.5 left, and DJ Mobley can almost sense it as he paces near sideline. The Broncos on the cusp of their first ever state tournament win. And Tamia Wade colliding with Meg Gadzala and a Simon Kenton foul. Great sportsmanship by Gadzala. She'll assist Wade up off the floor.
Yeah, they got to make sure they foul now. So now Douglas has to make their free throws to seal this game.
4 team fouls now on Simon. Still no free throws with 49 seconds left.
Douglas just needs to just take care of the basketball, be strong with it.
And there's the 5th foul as very quickly Bennett is fouled on the inbound with 47 seconds remaining. Coming up at the conclusion, we'll update the score ticker. We will also keep you posted on our most outstanding player and, time permitting, try to get a comment or two from Coach Moberly. There's McKaylee Bennett off with that free throw to the left.
How about this? Before that missed free throw right there, Douglas have been shooting 100% from the free throw line tonight.
Well, DJ talked to you about, he felt like this team was focused. And even down early, we made the comment after the timeout that they were still locked in.
Yes, they were.
And there's a timeout, rather a foul, I beg your pardon, on Douglas with 42.4 left.
Simon Ken's got to find a way to get a quick score and into their press. Either they got to think about fouling again, stopping the clock, and taking their chances on Douglas missing free throws.
And Simon Kenton coach Jeff Stower is going to call timeout, and I think he's going to empty the bench. 30-second timeout. And it's going to extend to full with 42.4 left. The Broncos on the verge. More coverage right after this timeout on Glycod.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
With fast signs, create striking custom visuals that inspire pride district-wide. Fast signs, make your statement.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
42.4 remaining as Frederick Douglass on the verge of their first ever Sweet 16 victory.
And DJ Mobley just keeps piling credentials as a young coach. in his third, fourth year here at Douglas. And this program is just reaching new heights and new heights. And I'll tell you what, the future's still very bright for this basketball team because they don't have one senior besides Kate Baker, who's not playing anymore, who all will be back next year to make another run.
And this team, this version this year, they're also without 2 Division I players from last year.
Yes.
Arrington is at Central Michigan. Nia Rhodes transferred. She's going to play Division I ball next year as well. So a new roster almost, and credit to Coach Moberly.
No doubt about it. And one young lady and her parents, you know, if you're a best basketball player, especially in the 11th region and living in Lexington, wouldn't want your young lady to play for DJ Moberly. He's one of the best, and he's establishes himself as one of the best in the state also.
So Taylor County on deck. So we've got 42.4 left, and a tip of the cap to Jeff Stowers. He's going to let 5 reserves come in this game, concede defeat, but he wants his young student athletes to play on this floor, and I love it.
No doubt about it. Got to give him, that's total class right there.
With 38 seconds left to Simon Kenton, that's Angela Cabella driving, and a Douglas foul. So Simon Kenton, their season will end at 26-5, champions of the 8th region.
Yeah, great move right there. But Angela Cabella, she's only averaging 2 points a game. But she's just a 7th grader, Chris. So the future looks bright for Simon Kenton, too.
What did he call her in the pregame? A Beanie Baby? Is that
Beanie Babies.
Of the 7th grade
Yes.
unit? Got some Douglas subs coming in, too. Miami King is back in. We're going to get, who else we got coming to the bench? Aaliyah Cheek is in. And a round of applause and a smile for DJ Moberly. The Broncos coach to our immediate left. One more free throw for Angela Cabella, and that one is long.
Great resilience and great character by Douglas.
There's Navia Major through contact driving, lost the handle. Simon Kenton ball with 25 seconds left. Now 18 seconds left as the Pioneers in the half court, and the Broncos are going to win this one. Allison Wiggins, a 7th grader, is out there. Also Kaylee Neese, another 7th grader. And deflected out, it's going to be Simon Kenton ball.
Give these Benny Betties a chance to play on Rupp Arena's floor, Chris.
Got Tiana Tishner out there. We could have a middle school game out now.
Exactly. Tiana Tishner, 8th grader.
Reagan Gregonis is out. She'll check out. Tishner is in. Jatoy Tompkins comes in for Douglas. There's the inbound, and the basket's going to go for Kaylee Neese. And that's going to close the ball game. Congratulations, Douglas. A win over a very strong team. Nothing but class for Coach Jeff Stowers tonight.
No doubt about it. He came in with the right scheme, just didn't have enough girls. And I thought Douglas just wore them out with their bench, their numbers, and their pressure.
Congratulations, DJ Moberly. We'll see you in 48 hours. Douglas moves on, 48-39. We'll have our post-game report coming up next on Glycod.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time. While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You've got a lot of places to be. At Cartown Kia, we want to know, where can we take you?
Go for savings in the new 2025 Kia Telluride. Just $399 down and $399 a month. Or a 2025 Kia Sorento. Just $289 down and $289 a month. Or the hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $199 down and $199 a month.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Wherever you're going, start here at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Cartown Kia, your dealership for unmatched design, performance, and savings at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville. Visit them online at CartownKiaUSA.com.
The victorious evening for Frederick Douglass as the Broncos move on. They defeat Simon Kenton tonight 48-39, and certainly when this game began, this wasn't the expected outcome as Simon Kenton got out to a 12-point lead, but this Broncos team continues to show their resiliency.
Great job by DJ Mobley of making adjustments. You know, they had Douglas on their heels a little bit, was taking advantage of their aggressiveness, and was kind of undisciplined on defense in the half court, was getting back cut layups, and also Douglas wasn't closing out on a three, especially on number 23, Anna Kelch. Once the second half, they found a way a little bit. DJ called a timeout. They made the adjustment. Their pressure mounted a little bit more, and they really squeezed out Anna Kelch as far as making threes. And Brinley, bless her heart, Brinley Purnell gave us everything that she could, even with a cut eye, but it just wasn't enough for Douglas tonight.
Broncos register their first ever win in a state tournament as they're now 26-7, and they will take on Taylor County on Friday at 1:30. Taylor County defeated Knott County Central earlier today, 53-35. We'll take a timeout update, our final stats, also a look at your most outstanding players. We'll be right back right after this.
A lot of places to be. At Cartown Kia, we want to know, where can we take you?
Go for savings in the new 2025 Kia Telluride. Just $399 down and $399 a month. Or a 2025 Kia Sorento. Just $289 down and $289 a month. Or the hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $199 down and $199 a month.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Wherever you're going, start here at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
Need a tow? Martin's Peterbilt Towing Service is here 24/7. Based in London and Pikeville, we will travel to you. Commercial trucks and trailers, no job too big. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
While I go to school full-time. While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Let's take a look at your final numbers presented by our partners at Community Action Council. They are helping people and changing lives. And Simon Kenton, many open looks tonight, Sean, from 3, but 3 of 18. That was very telling in this outcome.
No doubt about it. And they had 11 offensive rebounds to Douglas's 3, which they created 11 more opportunities. Just couldn't put the ball in the hole like they did in the first half, specifically in the first quarter.
And the Broncos razor sharp from the free throw line, 11 out of 12. This is a team coming in, only shot them at 58%, but not tonight.
Well, it's tournament time, and the concentration level has stepped up, Chris, and it showed tonight.
Got Brinley Purnell leading Simon Kenton with the 12 points. Tamia Wade, 18, and Jaylene Knowles, 17 points alongside 9 rebounds.
9 rebounds and also 5 block shots. So she was a stat sheet stuffer tonight, and also she was perfect from the line, 4 for 4, and 1 for 1 from the 3. So she did what she needed to do as the best player and the leading scorer on the team for their team to advance in the Sweet 16.
DJ Moberly and staff, they are right now in the middle of a press conference, so it does not appear we will be able to connect with him. We will take, however, one more timeout and be back for your most outstanding players. Again, Douglas 48, Simon Kenton 39 on Glycod.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
A new year
means next-level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Mathnasium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Mathnasium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Mathnasium, we're changing lives through math.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com. This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Central Kentucky Driving School, raising the bar in driver education. Man of War Harley-Davidson, 100% Kentucky owned and operated. And by Don Franklin Auto, driven by family.
Tonight's most outstanding players are presented by Elite Building Products. They're locally owned and committed to providing top quality products for your next home project. Visit EliteKentucky.com or stop by their Nicholasville showroom at 242 Wilson Drive. For Simon Kenton, Brentley Purnell.
I'll tell you what, she did everything she could to help her team win this basketball game. She went 5 for 13 from the field, didn't make a three. That was something that, you know, it was abnormal. Did everything on the free throw line, was perfect there. Gave you 2 rebounds, only 2 fouls, 12 points, 1 assist in 31 minutes. You know, she was the only one who showed resilience and confidence as far as going against Douglas's pressure.
And Jayleen Knowles, but heck, your 1A would be Tamia Wade.
Wow, Jaylee Knowles is 1A and Tamia Wade is 1B. You know, and the reason why she's 1B is because Jaylee Knowles had 5 blocks and 9 rebounds, whereas Tamia Wade had 18 points, 1 assist, 4 steals. Okay, was 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Didn't take a three. I mean, was 2 for 2 from the 3, and she only missed 1 shot tonight, Chris. But you know how good this young lady is, and when Douglas is cooking, that means she's playing well, and that's exactly what happened tonight.
Broncos back in action Friday at 1:30. We're on the air at 1 o'clock. They'll take on Taylor County. Both teams will be in their first ever quarterfinal game. Join us tomorrow on Glycod, 10:30 coverage for the 11 a.m. tip. It's Johnson Central and Sacred Heart. Mark Evans will join us for that one. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on Glycod. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and share it with your friends. Till next time, for producer Steve Bird, analyst Sean Woods, I'm Chris Labar. Good night from Central Bank Center at Rupp Arena. More coverage coming up tomorrow morning on Glycod.
From Glycod, this has been Central Kentucky High School Basketball. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for the real world. College for your world. Tonight's game was brought to you by Cartown Kia in Nicholasville, movement that inspires. IBEW Local 369, power up your potential. Mathnasium of East and West Lexington, changing lives through math. Roosters, a fun casual place for wings and more. Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. Community Action Council. New Vista. Tech 24. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, and Fast Signs.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live